Hello and welcome back to another cybersecurity video. I'm Robert Garza, and today I'm going to show you how to build your own honeypot in the cloud, in AWS to be exact. Before we get started, just a quick disclaimer: I do not condone any type of hacking or illegal use of a computer. So with that being said, let's get started. So first, what is a honeypot? Just in case you're new to cybersecurity. You're not sure what a honeypot is. So a honeypot is basically a device that you set up and configure, and it sits on the internet through AWS in this case. And it appears vulnerable because you have all the ports are wide open, so naturally hackers are going to be attracted to it and start attacking it, right? So why, you might ask, why would you want to cause all that noise and have hackers try and attack this device that's sitting out on the internet? So I'm going to show you some screenshots real quick of the dashboard and show you all of the IOCs and all the different features and functionalities to better explain this. Why you may want to set up your honeypot, because obviously it's not set up and configured yet. We're going to do it step by step. I'm going to show you how to configure everything from the firewall rules, setting up your RSA keys, all the scripts, all that stuff. I'm going to walk you through step by step. So I'm just going to show you some quick screenshots that I found on the internet, just to show you, why a honeypot is useful. All right, so this first screenshot it's going to pop up here. So this is what you're going to see when you first log into Teapot, the console, or this is a heat map rather. As you can see, when we get this running, you'll see this live, and you'll see these little blips going across the map. It's pretty cool. But down there at the bottom, you can see all the services. You can see IPs and ports. Obviously these are all, from the threat actors, the services, IPs they're trying to exploit. The region, number of events is there as well, and then the next dashboard. And there's a ton of dashboards. I'll show you when we get there, but I'm just going to show you the three main ones that you'll probably be using the most, find the most value. Cowrie is the next dashboard we're going to have a look at. As you can see right here, you can see a large number of tags up there at the top. Unique IPs, the attacks by destination, ports as well over there, and so forth. And you can actually drill down. Once we get logged in, you can click on all this stuff, and you can collect a lot more information. This next screenshot, not this one. If it ever loads. I clicked it like 5 times. Alright, so this is Cowrie again. I just scrolled down, or this is another screenshot. As you can see, this is really cool. You can actually see the command line arguments that the attackers are using during these attacks. It's what's called command line input. And right here, this is pretty cool. You can see commonly used passwords as well. Then last but not least, we'll have a look at the Suricata. So very similar to Cowrie. You get your pretty histograms. You also see CVEs in here as well. They have those listed. Threat detections, alert details, right, the IP destination ports as well. And like I said earlier, you can actually drill down into this and collect a lot more information. Um, on the back end, your Logstash instance that's built when you stand this up, you can actually collect all that data. I think that's all I wanted to talk about as far as explaining what a honeypot is, and its use cases, and how it can provide value to you as a cybersecurity professional or researcher. Here's the README actually. We're going to be going through a lot of this stuff, going through the scripts as we build this. You will need an account in AWS. You'll have to launch your own instance. It's going to cost you maybe a couple dollars depending on how long you run this. It's not free, but it is very cheap. Just run it for a few hours, maybe just to collect some data, let it run, and have attackers attack this device for a little bit. But definitely don't leave this instance running for days, weeks, or months, because you're going to be charged. And as I walk you through building this out in AWS, I will be exposing some somewhat sensitive information, but that's completely fine. I mean, I'm a security professional. Of course, I'm paranoid about my information, but I'm going to delete this instance right after I'm done, so it's not a big deal. All right, let's get started. Let's launch a new instance. So you're going to need to use Debian 11. And I'll show you exactly which version. Name your honeypot. Debian 11. And you're going to select this first one. Describe on instance launch. I'll take you to the next part. Alright, we're going to set up our RSA keys. Alright, so just select create new pair right here on the right. Give it a name. Honey keys. Create pair. That's fine. Continue, scroll down. Network settings, you can leave this as is. We're going to be changing some of the inbound rules later. And that's it. One thing I wanted to show you. Yeah, right here, the CPU. So that's just the virtual CPU and memory that we're using. This is what's recommended from the README. So I would just leave that as is, and then the hard drive space. They recommend 40 gigs. And that's it. Go ahead and hit launch instance. Go to instances. This is gonna take a few minutes to start up. I'm gonna pause the video, come back. Alright, I'm back, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit refresh. It says initializing, but it should be done once I hit refresh. Okay, it's running, so we're good. Note the IP. Okay, just go ahead and click on the instance ID. one of the first things you want to do. So we are going to need to get a shell to connect to the Debian 11 OS that we just set up in AWS. So in order to do that, I am using git bash, and I will. Here, we just do this. Git bash. That's the tool I'm using. So one of the first things you want to do once your instance is up and running is this right here, number 3. You want to make sure that your key is hidden. Um, so as you saw earlier, we created that new key, so we got to move it to a folder. Right now it's in the downloads. I'm going to move it somewhere else. Okay, so I just moved it to this folder. I just named it AA, so it's at the top. Honey keys. So on the folder, once you have a git bash installed, you just right click on the folder and it'll open up your shell right there. Pretty neat. So let's go ahead and run that command. Copy. That's done. Now we want to connect to our machine. Right here under example. Just copy. Pasta. Yes. Alright, we're in. We're connected to this device. So now we want to start configuring our honeypot on this machine. So let's go to our README. I'm going to move this so it's going to disappear. Post install. Method. We're gonna use this method right here, post install user method, and we're just gonna copy pasta all these 3 lines right here. Oops, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to run my updates. So another thing that you should do once you're in is run your updates for this OS. So in order to do that, sudo that was quick. Once that is done, you also need to install git. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to get anything, right? Yes. Okay, it's done. Let me clear this out. Alright, now we can copy and paste this first line. And this is going to run through the installer, and this is going to take some time, but wait a second. Done. Oh, it's the last command. It takes a while. So that last command, it takes a while to install, but it's going to prompt you for some information like username and password. So we'll get there in a second. Copy paste that second line and the third line. sudo. All right, I'm gonna pause it right here, and I'll be right back as soon as that. Oh, maybe not. All right, so here's the pop-up I was talking about. So I ask you for some information. Here's all the different options, and as you can see by the descriptions, right, it's you can install different versions of this honeypot. Say you're in the medical field and you just want to look at attacks for IoT devices. That may be for you, or just log4j attacks. But for us, our use case, we're going to do the first one standard. That's everything you need. Rob. Choose a strong password or passphrase. And that's it. It's going to run through the setup here. It's going to take a while, so I want to pause it, and I'll be right back when it's finished. Alright, we're back. It's finished now. As you can see, finished the configuration, rebooted, and we can actually close this out because we don't need this anymore. So the next step is we want to configure the security groups, specifically the inbound firewall rules, so we can connect to the different consoles. So scroll up here. These are the main ones right here. This port. We gotta allow on the firewall. So let's go back to our instance. Scroll down to your security groups and description, Debian 11. We're gonna click on this one right here. Inbound rules, edit. We can delete SSH. We can add those rules. And you just want your IP. Allow your IP. Security best practices. You don't want to set it to anywhere. You want to restrict it. Next port. My IP. Same for this one. My IP. And last but not least, you want to open up all the ports to the internet. So 0 or up to 64,000. Anywhere. And then click Save Rules. Alright, so once that's done, go back, instances, we're going to grab our IP and log into the console. Oops, so just copy this, Control C. So once that's copied, go right here, port 64, 297. Pretty sure that's it. There we go. Click on advanced. It's just complaining about the cert. Enter your username and your password. It's running slow. Very slow. Come on. Jeez. Alright, I'm just gonna pause it until everything finishes. Alright, and finally loaded. I had to reboot the instance. I think I had a hiccup there. So anyhow, so once it's finished, you're greeted with this page right here. You're gonna click on to attack map right here, and so it's gonna take you to the teapot home, not homepage, but the heat map. And this is pretty cool. You can see these live attacks. Obviously, this is the location of where this device is sitting in the cloud. It's not where I live. As you can see, all the services they're trying to exploit IPs, region, as I showed you earlier. Pretty cool. Yeah, you can zoom out, you can zoom in. Let's wait for one more attack. Come on, guys. There we go. Two more attacks. All right, moving. Another one. All right, moving along here. So next one you want to go to. You want to open up Kibana. It's going to take you to this page right here. And then you can do Kauri. Let's look at Suricata. Oh, I already have it open actually. Alright, so I'm going to run through this real quick because we're about to jump into 25 minutes here in this video. So, as you can see, all the events, and you can drill down here. Source IPs, destination, scroll down, you can see all these pretty little histograms. CVE details as well. That's pretty cool. All the malicious domains, user agents as well. See all the user agents that the attackers are using. So that's pretty cool. I mean, we can spend hours in here going through all these charts and graphs, even in the back end, pulling out like all the data, and you can implement it. Well, like I said, you can use all these IOCs and you can use it to protect your environment. You can see various TTPs, what tractors are doing, and see if it's relevant to your environment. These attacks, and of course, put your security controls in place, your blocks. So I feel like I'm missing something. No, I think we're good. Like I said, I would play around with all these tools. Lots of stuff you can do in here. But yeah, holy crap! Look at all these attacks. This is nice. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.